Well, good afternoon, and welcome to another Candid Conversation right here on Oak 93.5 on your FM dial. I'm your girl, Lady T. But of course, y'all know I don't never rock and roll alone. I have with me the one and only, my partner in crime. Who's the girl? Let me tell y'all something. This chick holds it together over here. My girl, your girl, she's with us today. Go ahead, girl. Tell them who you are.
This is your girl JT.
That's right. And oh, Jen, are we excited? We are excited to be here today. I tell you, it's always a special occasion here on Candid Conversation. We got on earlier and told y'all to go ahead and share this today because we not only have a beautiful woman in the studio with us, we're not just connected with I know y'all see her. She's beautiful, yes, but she's an author, a coach, a first lady, a beautiful grandmother, a mother, a wife. The list could go on and on. She's an amazing woman. We love her. We know her none other than Miss Nadine Stone. Janet, let the people know what type of woman we have with us today, who they have before them.
Listen, we have a phenomenal woman with us today, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, Oak 93.5 listeners and Candid Conversation viewers. Lady Nadine Stone is married to the Dr. Christopher Stone of Unity Worship Center, Church of God in Christ in Burlington, North Carolina. She is a leader in women's ministries. As before mentioned, she is a financial coach and she is an accomplished author. She wrote a book entitled, Lord Help Me, I'm a Single Parent. Listen, Lady Stone is going to come on today. She's going to give us some nuggets. She is going to empower us. She's going to help us with a little financial coaching. And listen, we know she looks like she's a model. I'm pretty sure she did that in the past.
Okay,
you know,
probably.
Model, yes.
I figured.
Yes, yeah, because you can't look like that and not be. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Beautiful. And we're glad to have you today. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you all so much. I'm so honored. I was so just excited when you all asked me to be a part of Candid Conversation. I am so excited. Since you are Lady T, let me be Lady Nay. Would that be okay for today? I am Lady Nay. Okay. So let's have a candid conversation. Let's go ahead and have a candid conversation about some different things.
Yes.
Like the ladies had mentioned before, I love ministering to single parents. I have been in May the 22nd, my husband and I will be celebrating 31 years of marriage. 31 years of marriage. And I am so excited. God has blessed me with an awesome man of God, and I am very, very thankful. And we have 4 beautiful daughters. As we all mentioned, I was a single parent when we got married. My daughter was 7 years old when we got married. So my husband married a single parent. And we're going on 23 years in ministry. And probably about maybe 13 years ago, I went to my husband and said, I really want us to do something for the single parents because I have a heart for single parents. I went through every aspect of being a single parent. Anything you can think of. And it's just so amazing. God is so awesome. It's so amazing when you're in a situation, you don't even know that you're in a situation for someone else.
Right. Oh, that's true.
I didn't know I was going to ever, first of all, I didn't know I was going to marry a minister, never mind a pastor, first administrative assistant. I didn't know God had all those things in store. So we started a single parent ministry within our church, and we minister to single parents. We have 2 different events. I can talk about those later on, or I can talk about them now, whichever ladies want me to talk about. But I can. You want me to talk about the book now, or the single parent ministry, or just float with both of them?
Yeah. Well, we could talk about. Okay, I'm sorry. We could talk about, you were talking about being a single parent And I'd like to touch on that for a moment, because a lot of times we talk to a lot of people about relationships, and we talk about, marriages and things like that. But we want to encourage some single women, and we want to also talk about with the reality of it. Like you walked in those shoes. So you had a 7-year-old. So ladies, all hope is not lost. She married a man who married her with a child. So,
Yes.
because some people think, oh, this is the end,
Yeah.
but you experienced that real time.
Yeah, I did experience that. I went through, I went through every aspect of being a single parent, as far as, okay, having a child out of wedlock. There's different reasons why people are a single parent. Some people have a child out of wedlock. That was my situation. You have some people that deal with divorce. So it's just different situations that I got pregnant a year after I graduated from college, from Bennett College, with my degree in mathematics. But sometimes you even find yourself in situations like, I was like, how did I get here? How did I get here having a child out of wedlock? And then I eventually had to get on welfare, and had to, let's not even mention the raggedy car that I had. But my main thing was, it was a struggle. And I had to go to court for child support. I mean, just different areas of being a single parent. I went through that, and that's why I wrote the book, Lord Help, I Am a Single Parent, because when I was a single parent, it was time after time when I feel like, God, Lord, please help.
Yeah.
When I'm going to court, and like I say, I don't even mention the baby's father in the book or anything else, but just going to court, and he's paying $25 a week. That's right, $25 a week, and he would get behind in that. So just going to court and just doing different things like that, it was a struggle. Getting on welfare was a struggle. Because the first part of my book, it's a very short book. I talk about 4 chapters. The first chapter talks about the struggle of being a single parent. When I found out I was pregnant, the decision to have the baby or to have an abortion, that did cross my mind, that, Lord, I don't have a place to stay. I don't have a job. I don't have anything. So do I need to have an abortion? So I thank God for touching my heart and not having an abortion, for having my child, because my daughter, that's my oldest daughter, she has 3 beautiful she has 3 beautiful sons. So I think from time to time, she's 37. So I think from time to time, that situation that I was in, I'm glad I didn't make a serious mistake that would have affected my life in the future.
Later. Yes.
Because I don't know what that could have done to my body.
Right.
I don't know what that could have done to my mind mentally. So I just thank God for touching my heart and saying, no, it's going to be hard, but you're going to have this baby. Not hard, but it's not going to be easy. You're a single parent. So I did have my child. And like I said, we went through every aspect of it, being a single parent, moving from place to place, my car. And then let me tell you, one of the hardest parts of that chapter called Struggling, is after I got my degree in mathematics, I was working at a place called R.J. Reynolds, because I'm from Winston-Salem. And R.J. Reynolds, I had to go back to school to get my teacher's certificate. So I had to go back to school while I was working, while I was a single parent. And then when I was getting my teacher's certificate, they didn't want me to work while I was doing my student teaching. And I said, well, if I don't work, how am I supposed to eat? I don't have parents to just take care of you. So I had to work 3rd shift, go in 11 at night, 7 o'clock in the morning, get off 7 o'clock in the morning, get my daughter from the neighbor's house, take her to daycare, do my student teaching. And I did that for the duration of the student teaching. But I can say that was one of the hardest things that I did, being a single parent. However, today I am financially free, retired, and I'm still getting checks from that decision that I made because I'm retired from teaching.
My God, that's excellent.
That was the hardest thing I did. So when you have to go back to school, or when you have to make a decision, you got to realize this is only for a season.
only for a season.
This is only for a
Man,
season.
that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I didn't get no sleep, but that was only for a season.
That's right. And look, all these
Mm.
years later, those seeds have come up.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
seed is come up.
yeah. That's
And, I,
awesome.
and I'm
So the
getting that.
struggle is real.
Yeah, it's real. And so so that's the first part, talking about the struggle, and
Yeah.
then the surviving, being a single parent, because you had to realize that was part of the struggle and the surviving. All that kind of go together with chapter 1 and chapter 2, that this is just a season that I'm in. Now remember, I'm talking strong now, but I wasn't talking that strong when I was,
Right.
I was trying to get some sleep. Can I get some sleep? I got a 1-year-old child that I got to, okay, and then I got to get up at 10 o'clock. Then I got 10 o'clock p.m. Then I got to get ready to go to work. But hey, you just do what you got to do. You got to make it happen.
Yes, man. It wasn't easy, but
it wasn't easy.
But I tell you, you're reaping some great benefits right now. Because one thing I did hear,
yeah,
yes,
I'm reaping the benefits from my daughter, my beautiful grandsons. I'm reaping the benefit of going to school, and now, like I said, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Oh, I'm one of the baddest math teachers in the state of North Carolina.
And you are.
I'm one of the baddest math teachers in the state of North Carolina. Hey, check the receipts. My test scores are some of the highest test scores in the state of North Carolina. And that's only by the help of God. That's only by God giving us grace, giving me wisdom, being creative. So going on with the book, the third chapter talks about me surrendering my life to Jesus Christ and getting my life together. Because I realized that what I was doing wasn't working. And I need to get myself together and surrender my life to Christ. And I moved to Greensboro and got very close to Evangel Fellowship. And every time those doors opened, I was there. And the blessing part was I met my handsome husband there at Evangel Fellowship in the house of God. So I met him there probably about after 2 years. So we was in the ministry for about 2 years, and I didn't see him and he didn't see me. But like the late Bishop Lockett always say, God will take those blinders off your eyes and say, hey,
come on here. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
And I could honestly say, some of you all don't know it, but my husband and I wrote a book about dating to make the biblical way. Because when we dated, we decided, my husband, because a lot of you all know him as the Mighty Stone or first administrative assistant. I am 7 years older than my husband. And when I started dating him, when he started liking me, he was about 20.
Right. When he started liking me.
He was liking me, I was about 20. When I said to myself, that boy, he's 20. I said, no, I had never dated a guy my age, never mind younger. So I was just like, I'm good. I'm good. And so, and then, we got, the opportunity came, but my point is, he's a lot younger than I am. He was, when we got married, he was just turned 23. So when we started dating, he was about 21. But my point is, he had vision even then.
Wow.
He said, listen, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to lead this dating relationship. We're not going to be, when we didn't kiss. I didn't kiss until they said, you may kiss your husband. Wow, we dated for 2 years. We had a holy dating relationship for 2 years. We didn't have a lot of TV back then, just getting to know one another. And then when they said, you may kiss the bride, Bishop Lockett said, you may kiss told him he may kiss his bride. I kissed that brother. I said, lips are soft.
Thank God.
Lord have mercy.
Woo! Yes.
I
love it.
Why did we do that?
Yes.
The main reason we did that was he wasn't a virgin. I wasn't a virgin. Mm-hmm. We did stuff the way we wanted to do it. Let's try doing things the way God wanted to do it. Let's abstain from sex. Because a lot of people, you hear the pressure, well, you know how you know things gonna work. Ain't nothing wrong with your parts. All the parts work.
Right.
And if you realize that you don't need to test drive anything, anybody who knows anything about cars, you can't even test a Bentley. You can't go on the car lot and say no, because it's just top quality. No test driving. Everything is going to work. The parts are going to work. So we trusted God and believed God. And now we're going on 31 years later of marriage and being dating for 2 years. So when I surrendered my life to Christ, I got myself together.
That's good.
Myself together. And one of the
That's
things
good.
I talk about in this book is when the doors open, I was there. You can ask First Lady Barbara Lockett today, how many times did First Lady Stone miss in church? I didn't miss any time in church because I knew the importance of being under the word of God and being in the presence of God. Not only that, it had to change my mindset. My mindset had to change. The word of God aligns your mind. All that crazy thinking that I was thinking about, it, especially when you was dating, anybody can be holy when you're by yourself.
Right.
When you're by yourself, you can be holy.
That's right. No temptation. Just
no
you.
temptations. But I tell you, that talk, my husband, for those who don't know, my husband is 6'3", probably not even right at 200 pounds, tall, slim, clothes just lay on him. He's just fine. Has always been like that. Smell good, look good, everything. So what my point is, when we were dating, it's just like God didn't take those desires away. Those desires are still there. But you got to bring all that stuff in order. Because like Bishop wouldn't say, what are you missing?
That's good.
What you missing?
Right, STDs, pregnancies, unwanted pregnancies. Yep, that's what he's saying.
You're missing all of those things. So
you're right. Well, that's awesome. And that's commendable, because nowadays, everybody feel like they got to try them shoes on. And like you said, but 2 years you all dated and sustained. Didn't even kiss. That's unheard of nowadays. Right?
Oh, trust me, I wanted to, but he said, no, you stay over there. He led us even when we was dating.
That's beautiful.
God today.
He made those decisions when we was dating. Now it was up to me. Now I was gonna be holding hands, kissing. No.
Boot up.
No. Back
up. Boot up.
He said, back up. You sit over there. I sit over here. I said, all right.
Wise man. Wise man. Build him up. Build up his house. He did that.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, sis, those 2 years, and I tell my daughters this, those 2 years was such a good 2 years. You just talk. We got to know each other.
That's it. And no blinders by sexing and all the extra stuff. No blinders.
Yeah, because the bottom line is, and I know we having the candid conversation. The bottom line is, when you start dating and when you start committing fornication, for one, it's sin, but for two, you're blinded. The blinders come on your eyes. Yeah. You cannot see the flags that brother is to have. You can't see it. You might say, and then, he's not working. You like, it's okay. You can't see anything because you're sleeping with him.
That's right. We hear that often. You're not even getting to know them anymore, because now you're thinking about the sex, because the flesh is in it now. So you like,
the flesh is in it now, and you got the blinders on.
That's right.
You can't see, and that's why the word of God said, in the multitude of counselors there is safety. So you need to get around some other godly sisters and say, okay, what are you doing? What's going on?
And the fact that he was a strong, so that's kind of unheard of nowadays, because so much pressure put on the woman from the man. Yeah. But not those strong.
We both say, listen, we weren't virgins.
Right, I know.
Now, we're not coming here lily white. We coming here saying, no, we're gonna do things the way God said it. That's what we're gonna do.
Try something different.
Yeah, let's try something. It's obvious what we're doing is not working.
Right.
And that's the same thing I say to a lot of single sisters. It's obvious what you're doing is not working. You're sleeping, you're going from this guy to this guy. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of times, some women have a fantasy in their mind that they're going to change that man. And they think, let me try to say this in a nice way. They think what they have between their legs is going to keep a man. That's not going to keep any man.
Nope. That's right.
Jesus Christ is keeping my husband.
That's right. Thank you.
And
You might say that again.
And we come together and it's a bond. But you think, some people think, well, you know, that you're going to do this and you're going to do that. Woman, you need to wake up.
Thank you.
You
That's
need to wake
so
up.
true.
I don't know who you listening to, but you need to wake up.
Yeah,
because,
you're right.
And I tell sisters, when we do have, like we have it now, Candid Conversation, listen. Well, I don't know if I say that, but okay. Let's move
yes,
on.
you can. Yes, you can.
Listen.
You can say it.
You don't have no gold between your legs?
Nope. No. But they think so.
You think so? Yeah. You think so? And that man in your head and that man in your bed is two different men, because you got a fantasy that I'm going to change him. I'm going to change him. You're not going to change if Jesus can't change him.
Thank you. Good. You helping somebody. I don't know who it is. May never tell us, but we're just glad y'all are here. If you tuned in just now, give me a minute. You are on Candid Conversation. We are here. We are here live with the one, the only Lady Nadine Stone. We are so honored to have her today. She's an author. She's a financial coach. She's a woman who has lived life experiences. We are talking to the single ladies right now. I'm sorry, because we have single parents. It's not always women that are single, but the single parents right now, and she is blessing with some nuggets. And the thing about it is, why I like and appreciate it is because you're speaking from experience, because a lot of times people say it's not possible. Oh, you can't do that. That's not realistic. Men got to have it. Men, you know, a man, he's a, listen, she's speaking from experience. And not only that, she's in a good place in life right now. I'm telling you, financially freed. Do you know what that means? That's big. That's huge. And not to say, you know, it wasn't nothing magical. You just decided to do things the right way. She's, you know, so we're not talking about someone that was a virgin all their lives and that hadn't had experiences. She's a parent. She was a single parent and now married and getting ready to celebrate 31 years of marriage.
Yes.
My
and
God,
we took
today.
historically Black school. So, you know, we just leave it like that. Okay.
You got to make up for them 2 years, boo.
You know, you go to them schools now. I went to, but the bottom line is, yes, I did enjoy myself when I was at Bennett. I went to the 10 to 2. After 10 to 2, I went to the 2 to 6. So my thing is, if I did all of that for the devil, yes, I'm going to be at the house of God when the doors open. God has saved me. He has saved my family. I have a beautiful family. I have a great husband. God has blessed me above and beyond. So yes, I'm going to be in the house of God. I wasn't tired when I was going to 10 to 2. What did they say? What's that song about the butt? Doing the butt. When I was doing all of that.
Doing the butt. That's right.
Yeah. Some of y'all listening acting like y'all was that auntie and in the late 80s, 90s. Yeah, so when God picks you up, don't act like you all knew. Like,
that's it.
I'm First Lady Stone. No, yeah, I am First Lady Stone. And God has taken me through some things, and I'm trying to help you if you just listen. Yeah, and you know what? I never knew that God would bless me with 4 daughters, and I had to tell my daughters to keep your legs closed. Keep them closed.
That was good.
Let's have some candid conversation.
Yes. But listen,
anybody can be holy when you're by yourself.
You have some beautiful daughters too.
They are beautiful. Thank you.
They are. Y'all be looking like sisters on them pictures.
It's like the same person 5 times.
Five times.
Weird. Thank you. And like I said, God has really blessed me. They are. And after I had Letitia and got married, I had twins.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So our wedding anniversary was in May. April, the twins were born. So we celebrated 1 year anniversary, a family of 5.
Wow.
So we came out the gate rocking and rolling.
Yes,
and then the year after that, we had another child. So we were a family of 6. and we was just going on 2 years of marriage.
Wow. Well, Lady Stone, I'll tell you, one of the things that I've appreciated of all these beautiful nuggets that you shared was early on, it was like your pain turned into purpose, because now what you went through with the trials of being a single mom, having to advocate for your daughter, making sure that the support that she was entitled to, she was getting, even if it wasn't enough. And even, pressing your way to go to school and work full time so that you could get educated. And then, that ended up being, you became a math teacher, but now you own a business. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, I have two businesses. I've been retired since 2018, but I love teaching math. So I do have my own business called Math Foundation, where I tutor homeschool students in the morning, and in the evening I tutor traditional students like sixth graders in algebra. I do that, but I'm also a financial coach.
Okay.
My husband and I, I'm honored to say my husband and I, we've been following. Well, first of all, when we was at Evangel Fellowship, they gave a lot of financial class, marriage classes, and every class that they offered, we took full advantage of it. First Lady Lockett and the late Bishop Lockett, they spread the table. And trust me, I was there eating everything that they said. And see, that's a lot of times that happen in ministry. The leaders are spreading the table, but you're not showing up to eat. And then you wonder why you're hungry. But that's another message for another day.
Come on, you got to come back with that too.
But the main thing is, so we learned from Elder William Thompson. We learned a lot of financial classes. And then after Bishop Lockett sent us to pastor, then I started doing Dave Ramsey. So now we do the Dave Ramsey. We've been doing Dave Ramsey probably for about maybe 15 years. We've been following the principles of Dave Ramsey. And some of you all might already know, we are financially free. That's one of the reasons I was able to leave teaching with a smile on my face.
Come on here.
Deuces.
Listen.
I'm not teaching anymore. I'm financially free. And I had one lady say, well, okay, you said you're financially free. So what about your cars? What about that car you drive? I said, sweet, I don't have any car payments.
Okay.
Financially free means free.
That's what you have to explain to people. I don't think they get that. You have to let them know that means free.
Are you financially free except your home? No, my home is paid for. My home is paid for. Free. Financially free. Homes paid for, the cars are paid for, only by the grace of God and applying the knowledge from the classes that we took. We took full advantage of that, and Dave Ramsey principles, because I was determined. No, and let me just be honest with you. The background that my family came from, finances, in area of finances, along with my husband, we didn't know anything about finances.
Wow.
We didn't know any. I mean, really, to be honest with you, when my husband and I got ready to buy a house, and we went to the credit union, and I know we dated for 2 years and talked, but we didn't get around. I didn't get around to telling them how bad my credit was.
We have to mention that part. They have to mention that part. We talked for 2 years though, but that never came up.
Just be quiet. Oh God! And so we sitting there at the credit union, and the man is saying, "Okay, what is this? What is this?" I mean, I was a single parent. Right. I had bills. I'm like, man, I'm trying to survive. And so, really, to be honest with you, we had to wait probably about. He can tell you more because he was about 2 or 3 years to get my credit straight.
Okay.
And then after I got my credit straight, then we started learning about finances and saying, okay. So we learned a whole lot about from Dave Ramsey. We do follow the 7 steps, the 7 baby steps from Dave Ramsey. And not only are we debt free, but our church is debt free.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh. Praise
yeah,
God.
We paid our church off. We paid our church off during COVID.
Wow. Wait,
Yeah.
Lady Stone. We can't gloss over that, because there were so many churches that actually shut down during COVID. They lost their buildings, they lost their membership, but you all were able to pay your church off during the pandemic.
Yeah, we paid the church off.
That's a
Churches pay for it.
blessing.
Now that is not only a blessing, but it lets you know that how that leadership, the
Yeah,
capacity of leadership that you led those people, you know what I'm saying, their
yeah,
tithes, their offering during during a pandemic, y'all
yeah,
paid off your church. And we got a
yeah,
list of churches now you can look up where they're in foreclosure
yeah,
because of nobody but God, the favor of God. And I have
yeah,
to believe it stemmed from y'all making that decision initially to do
yeah,
things the right way, God's
yes,
way.
yeah. Because
Man.
we are changing the trajectory of our family, my daughters, because all of them now have homes, and the goal is let's pay these homes off. Let's
Mm,
let's
right.
live within your means.
Mm-hmm.
Because and we teach the same thing. I teach financial classes every third Sunday at our church. We teach financial. We have it sometimes doing Bible study. We teach the principles. We have a campaign going on to see how much debt can our church get out of. How much debt have we paid off? The last I heard it was over 100 and something thousand. How much debt our whole church? Because we're encouraging people. No, we're not impressed with the nicest car. We're impressed with the car that's paid for.
Thank you. There's nothing
We're
like them
impressed with your
titles.
house being paid off. What about your house being paid off? What about that?
That's it.
Not really impressed with anything, but you understand what I'm saying. We're
Yeah,
not.
I do.
No, it's not. So that's
And
just
you
what
can help
we do for
people.
finances. So
I
I
think
am
that
getting. I'm sorry.
no, I'm sorry. I know we have because we're doing streaming art, so there's a little delay, and I forget. I'm so excited. But listen, I feel like that a lot of times people we don't succeed because of lack of knowledge, right? I just feel like as a people we just don't have that knowledge. But the fact that you're offering that and you can help someone who's been in this house for 30 years already and still got the same amount due when they got in the house. You know what I'm saying? You can help people. And that's what our goal is to offer this resource to the people for you to your services. So Jan, in the comments, if we can put down how someone can reach you just to talk about if they needed to some direction as far as paying off houses. It's a reality is you
Yeah.
can do that.
Yes, and you're exactly right. And let me give one good pointer that will help you pay off your house. Because I'm a financial coach, and usually I coach single sisters. When it comes to married couples, usually my husband and I do that together. To be honest with you, don't 100% love to do married couples because sometimes they're not on the same page, and I don't like to waste my time. So the people I'm serious about, okay, are you serious about getting your finances in order? Because this is not a free service that I give. It
Right.
costs. But
Right.
this is my point. This is what I tell people. This is to help you. Whoever's listening and have a home, this is the only thing I need you to do. I need you to go home, look at your statement from your bank, and when you look at that statement, see how much money are you paying in your principal and how much money are you paying in your interest.
Okay.
And you will realize that let's just make the math easy. If you're paying $1,000, 600 might be going to your principal, and I'm being very generous. Let me flip that. 400 might be going to your principal, and $600 every month is going to interest. So every month, you're giving the credit union $600 for interest. And you're going to do that for 30 years.
Jesus. That's so true.
And then if your house costs $200,000, after those 30 years, you would have paid $700,000 or more for that house.
My God, today.
So if that's not motivation enough for you to say, I don't really need a new car, I need to take that car payment. And the average household car payment is anywhere from $600 to $1,500 a month in a car payment.
That's
especially
right.
African Americans, because we want to look good before we are good.
Yes, ma'am. Look, that right there, preach.
So instead of paying that $700 a month every month on a car payment, you can go down to the bank and say principal only. Principal only. Principal only. You have to tell them that you're paying principal only. And when you do that, you're going to end up paying your house off in about 10 years or less. The average person who does Dave Ramsey pays their house off in about 10 years.
Really?
Oh yeah, because listen, you get on a budget. You're not spending those credit cards anymore. You paid off those car payments, and you're looking and saying, okay, what else do I need to do? Now that extra income, you're going to start attacking that debt, that home. And after that home is paid for, I mean, we're not saying you can't drive a new car. You can drive a new car.
Right.
But if you're renting, you can't afford a new car.
That's right.
If you stand with your parents, you can't afford a car. You better get a $2,000 car and keep it moving and get you. You don't have a tent. You don't have a tent.
That's good.
You need somewhere. You need the way housing is now. So I thank God even then that God blessed us. And not only let's just be honest. Not only did we go to the financial classes, women of God, we are givers in the kingdom of God. We are givers. And when you are givers, and my husband led out in giving, he led out in giving also when we were struggling. He led out in giving when they had a super seed at Evangel Fellowship. My husband, he came to, we talked, we had just gotten married, probably about 2 or 3 years, 4 kids. And we was, okay, what are we going to pledge? What are we going to come in agreement with and pledge? And he was praying. I was praying. Ladies, the Holy Spirit told me one thing. Agree with your husband. Agree with your husband. That's the only thing I heard. So when he came out and he had filled out the form, I said, how much are we going to give? This was in the 90s, ladies. He said 5,000.
Ooh, in the 90s.
That's in the 90s.
In the 90s.
That was some money.
Check the records. Check Evangel. Check it. I think it was one of their first ones. And I listened to the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit said, y'all, I couldn't hardly talk. I was showing no drinking some water. I said, we get 5,000 broke. We get $5,000.
Woo, yes.
But God made a way, and we gave that $5,000 to that super seed. And I know without a doubt, it broke the back of lack in our life.
Woo!
It broke the back. I can't remember the last time things were tight. So, so you can have things in this season. I drive nice cars now, but it's my season.
Right.
That's
Gotta
good.
wait for
I'm retired now, but it's my season.
I love it. Well, Lady Stone, I want to read to you some of the comments that are being streamed on Oak 93.5 because they are flooding the comments on Oak 93.5 on FM. And so Tamika Douglas said, "Oh yes, First Lady Stone, debt free is the life. This is awesome." Joy Johnson, yes, this is such a blessing. I am Dr. K Johnson. My dad said that one extra payment often as you can, and being debt, houses being paid off is a major flex. So absolutely,
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's good. These are definitely nuggets you are dropping. And I think people just, like what I just wrote down, what you said, principal only. You know what I'm saying? Go to the bank and say principal only. That makes
if you don't say, for example, and I know this is not a financial meeting, but let's just say this.
No,
if you go to the bank, okay, after they take $1,000 out of your account, and let's use the same thing that we did. 400 went to your principal, 600 went to interest. Okay. Now, if you go to the bank and say, here's an extra 1,000, they're going to say, thank you. And they're going to put that 400 on that principal and that 600 on that interest. You say, no, baby, I need that whole 1,000 to go on my principal only. Then what you need to do is get your app. And so you can look and check and see that $1,000 go on my principal only and what's going on with my money. Time out for being ignorant on purpose. You guys, I listen to Dave Ramsey about 3 or 4 times a week. YouTube free. Read a book.
Come on. Listen.
Go to classes.
Yes. Do your due diligence. I'm telling you.
I don't want my children to be My husband and I, we used to always say when we were struggling, we would always say it would be nice if we had somebody to go stay with while we save some money. Who gonna take care of family of six?
Woo. Right.
Our
Right.
parents barely had a place to stay themselves.
Right. You bring a 6.
They didn't.
My God.
Our parents barely had a place to stay. Come on now, let's keep it
Right.
real.
Right.
So to have a house and have a house paid for, and our children, listen, they know what we stand for. Pay on that. Principal only. Principal only. Let's make it happen.
That's beautiful. And that's priceless information. Like I said, sometimes it's because of lack of knowledge
Yeah.
that people don't, and discipline. I'm sure y'all have to discipline yourself a lot to be financially free,
Yes.
and I think that's big. So
And
yeah.
and I think, Lady T, one of the things we did have to discipline ourselves, but really, since we came from struggle, that helped us.
Yeah.
Oh, we both are from the projects.
Yeah.
We know how to survive.
Yeah.
So what do we need to do to survive? And the main thing with couples, because you got to be in agreement.
Yes, that's
You
big.
want your money over here. He wants his money over there. Yes, you're going to get there. Yes, you're doing okay. But if you come together in agreement, you can make some things happen. Say, babe, the struggle helped us.
I hear that a lot. I've heard that before.
Yeah, I know how to stretch some money. I know how to stretch some groceries. I know how to drive a raggedy car. Okay, what is it we need to do for, what do we talk about, beautiful women of God? For a season.
That's it. For a season. And that's the
You're
thing.
doing
We
it
got to realize it's just for a season.
for a season. And now I'll be the first to tell you, oh, my credit is nice.
Come on.
I'll be the first to tell you I have a choice of what I want to drive. I go outside, what my little thing? I go outside, click, click.
That's right, honey.
Click.
And it's paid for. Hello? That's my thing. It's paid for.
They drive better when they pay for it.
Yes.
You got a $2,000 car. When it's paid for, you better wash that car up and clean it up and make it happen.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Lady Stone, we've got some questions for you in the comments. And so one of the questions is, how do you go from the struggle mindset to a wealth mindset when you're not on the same page? One wants to spend and the other wants to prioritize wealth and being debt-free.
That's a very good question. And a lot of couples deal with that. And it's going to take a candid conversation with that spouse to let them know, this is why I'm feeling have a little anxiety. Because if we continue like this, and if something was to happen, we don't have a place, we barely have a place to stay. Our house is not paid for. So you have to really be honest and say, I'm not comfortable living like this. Because, and like I say, you got, the more you read, the more you be in the presence of God, in the multitude of counsel, there's safety. The more you be around other people who are trying to have like-minded like you are, because it is a problem in some cultures that we want to drive well and we want to look well, and you're not there.
Not there.
You're not there. So this is what it is too. But one of my favorite scriptures I write in every one of my books is First Timothy 6:6. Godliness with contentment is great gain. You got to get to the self. You got to get in yourself with that. Am I godly content with what I have? Or am I trying to let this car, after a while, after you pay them car payments for about 2 years, that gets old.
Yes.
Yes.
And the bottom line, Dave Ramsey always say this: would you buy that if no one was to give you a compliment on it?
That's good.
Would you want that car? And I'm not gonna name any cars, because what kind of car you get is your business. Because see, I ain't paying no car payments, so whatever car you get is your business. So would you get that car are you getting, is it doing something for you to be at the stoplight or to be in the parking lot and somebody say, man, that's nice. That's nice car. You got it going on. You must be doing well.
Yeah. That's right. That's
So
right.
what is it? It's something on the inside that is feeding and you don't want to admit, because I'll be the first to tell you, when we first started getting out of debt, I didn't want to give up on my Belk's credit card. I know it sounds country now, but I used to like that Belk's credit card. I used to like to charge it.
Just charge.
Charge it.
Charge my card.
I have debit cards now. My husband have debit cards. We do debit cards. We don't do credit cards, but that credit card was feeding something for me. You go to a restaurant, oh, one check. I'll pay for everybody's meal. One check. You know, what is that doing to you? And not only that, another thing that they teach us in Dave Ramsey classes is you have to make sure, you got to be careful with marketing. They're getting to the place now where they don't want you to feel that you're losing when you spend your money. What does that mean? That means that when you pay cash, you feel it. You feel it. But when you swipe that card, you ain't feeling that.
You ain't feeling it. That's right.
You ain't feeling that. And they don't want you to feel it. Because you don't feel it, you keep spending. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm gonna give you an example. If you was to go to Chick-fil-A and you had some friends with you, and if you had a credit card, you'd be like, yeah, I'm good. Y'all go ahead and get what y'all want. But if you had $20,
every man for itself, Jesus for us all.
Two meals.
No. You ain't gonna be seeing when that money's coming out of when you feeling it. When you feel that money.
That's right.
You got to feel it. When you
That's
feel
so
it,
true.
when you feel it, because Apple got a new store now. You don't even have to take your wallet out. You just put the stuff in the buggy.
Oh no, it's here. I've been hearing about it.
And you walk out the store. Time you put it in the buggy, they calculate. I got to feel my money. I got to know my money's leaving me. I got to feel it. I got to see it. I got to see that little thing that say you spent this much money. I need all of that, because I don't play when it comes to my money. So
I love it. I love it.
I hope that answered some of the question as far as what she said is try to get some knowledge, try to be honest and share your concerns with your spouse. I hope this is your spouse. You're not supposed to be joining your money with no one if you're not married. Let me just slide that in there.
Slide it in. Please do.
No, you ain't paying, and so that's it.
That's good. That's good. So, because it's, that's very important, because especially in our current condition of the world, people are booed up and bringing their monies together, and they're not necessarily married, and then they expect things to work out, but we're not doing it the way was, that's another show, but you definitely, I understand.
And Lady T, and people don't realize it. I've been married going on 31 years.
Right.
I can go to any bank and say Christopher Stone, but if I'm not if I'm not on that account, they're not giving me that information.
That's right.
So, and I'm married.
That's right. Even after 31 years.
After 31 years. So we make sure we are intentional about, no, we're on every account. My wife is on every account. He's on every account. So when you tell me, our money's together, I'm like, okay. You go to that bank and ask them something. They're going to say, you're not on this account.
Listen, that's very important.
You can't even bury him.
Oh,
wow.
True. That's true.
You have no authorization. So people, they always, his mama called me her daughter, and he called me white, baby.
You have that paper. You have that paper.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
I love it. I love it. This is some great information. So anybody that was interested in your coaching, I think we put, Janet, you put the information in the comment section.
Janet, so if you just do you have my Math Foundation, my email? They can contact me through my email. You want me to put that? Can I put it in chat?
I will put it in the chat. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If they want financial, but listen, once again, Don't waste my time. We
Right.
have serious talk. Okay, you got to be serious because this is my time.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
email me if you are serious because there
If
is a
you
fee.
I know that's right. You got to pay for greatness. Are you still tutoring? Because you are the math extraordinaire around here. I can
I am
attest.
tutoring, but
Okay.
I start in September and I end like around spring break. And
So
I tutor once a week, math foundations, and I love that. Still keeps me my heart. I love teaching algebra and teaching students and giving them confidence. I be building their confidence up in math. Let's go. Let's do this.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so I do that. Yes, that's
And
something I do.
I want our listeners to know that because with September is coming and new school year, some of our kids are going to high school. What age grades do you tutor? Or is it
Well,
every
my homeschool class is at in the mornings. That's like fifth graders this upcoming year and algebra. And in
okay.
the evening, I tutor like sixth graders algebra, and I'm going to continue to do a little third grade class. Well, they're going to be in the fourth grade class this time. And one thing about parents, all parents, if your child is struggling with math, get them a tutor coming out the gate. It amazes me how I get calls in April and May, and school is about over, and you didn't know this in August.
The first
It's your
report card.
child, huh?
Right. That first report card should have indicated something, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even if you know what math is not my child's
It's just not,
strong
yeah.
area, maybe I need to get a tutor. You know,
That's yeah, and she's although you're in Burlington, she's virtual, so
yeah,
it's
it's
no,
Zoom.
you know what I'm saying? It's a virtual
Zoom.
class, and I
Zoom.
think it was awesome. So we
Yeah.
definitely want any parents that's out there listening. If you're on if you're listening on the light, I mean, I'm sorry, the light, not the light, on Oak 93.5, you are listening. We have the math extraordinaire right here in the building, and she can tutor your child. Trust me, and I mean, your money is going into a good place. You're gonna sow it to good ground. The life of your child in math, because I'm telling you, math is different. And I
Math is
realized when my son was in the fifth grade, I need to call you because I'm not smarter than the fifth grader, baby. Not.
yeah.
I don't understand this math.
Yeah, see, math will really make you realize you're not as smart as you thought you was when they talk about. Let's just how do you add fractions, multiply fractions, subtract fractions, borrow fractions?
All that.
I done lost my half the audience.
Honey. Oh, I feel so.
You have to know that
It's a
stuff.
humbling experience. It's a humbling
It's a
experience.
very humbling experience. It's very humbling. Okay, what do you do with the exponents when you're in algebra? You multiply the exponents, you add the exponents. Girl, that's if you don't know that stuff, you be like,
oh. I'll be like, oh, I want my children to know mommy ain't dumb, but she don't know nothing about this. But I tell you what, we're gonna get on with Sister Stone, baby. So yeah. And I'm just wanting anybody, all the parents that I'm telling you, take advantage of that. Take advantage of it because this math is different. My little stick men don't work no more. None of that works anymore. So, but we are as far as the Oak Station is concerned, we're running out of time, but we are still streaming. So we're going to still continue this conversation because we have to talk about the single parent conference that you have coming up.
Yes.
Got to talk about it because single people, we haven't forgotten.
Yes, we do. So we do the single parents. Our church, we do two things for single parents. In March, we have our big single parents weekend, and we go to the Rock Barn Spa, and that's in Conover, North Carolina. And the ladies are treated for a queen for a day. The ministry pays for half of that, and the ladies have to invest something. So they invest half, and the ministry pays for the other half. After that, we go to a hotel. We fellowship, we give out gifts, and then that Friday we have lunch at the Green Valley Grill Hotel. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with that restaurant. Green Valley Grill in Greensboro, North Carolina. Adrian Willer is an outstanding manager. I know the manager by heart because she has given us so much. We just love supporting Green Valley Grill. And so we take the ladies out to an elegant lunch, and we give them gifts. And then that Sunday, our church is Single Parents Day, and our church feeds the single parents and their children. And then in September, we have a single parents check-in just for one day. It's only from 9 to 12. I have 2 ladies that come in and minister to the single parents. We have lunch for the single parents. We're doing it a little different this year. We're going to break
Right.
the ladies up. The young lady, the little girls are going to be downstairs cooking with our chef. And the
Oh,
boys are going to be outside with the men washing cars and learning about the mechanical stuff.
oh my
Then we're
goodness.
going to come together with gifts and all, and we're going to bless. The main thing is when we minister to single parents is we want them to sit back and relax, and we want someone to cook for them. Can somebody cook for
Yeah.
you? You like a queen for the. Can somebody hand you some chocolate covered strawberries?
Come on.
You get a massage.
Ah,
Can you sit
glory.
back
Yes.
and relax? So we want to, the single parent ministry is to uplift the single parents and let them know, no, not only do I see you, but God sees you.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I remember we just celebrate 10 years of our single parent ministry, but I remember years ago, one of the single parents, she's a very quiet lady. She's a missionary at our church. And she said this. She said, she's real quiet. She said, I'm so glad that you saw me.
Mm. My God. You saw her.
She said, you saw me.
That's big. That's
Yeah,
deep.
I'm telling you, she's a very quiet lady. But when she said that, everybody was about crying.
I know it. I get it. I
Because
feel.
we
I
said,
understand.
not only do we see you, God sees you.
Mm-hmm.
And I love single parents. And I'm honored that God selected me to minister to single parents. Because
Yes.
listen, this is not going to always be like this. God, it's not going to always be like this. So that's what my book talks about, single parent ministry. Ladies, we done talked about a couple things today in this candid conversation.
Yes, we warned them ahead of time it was gonna be rich because you are just. I mean, you got so much to offer.
Well, praise God. I'm thankful to God. I done been seen a thing or two.
Yes, you know what I'm saying, and it makes a difference. So people tend to be able to relate or find people that have been through it more relatable than someone just trying to say, "Oh, you won't get through it," but you've been through it. You are speaking from personal experience, and I think that's a blessing that you can to talk to our viewers and listeners from the fact that you've been there and done that. And sometimes it and I know somebody's blessed by what you've said today. I'm definitely blessed. I got notes and everything. Look, I got notes for real. I'm not playing, but you have to come back because we've been out of time on the radio, but because we've been out of time, we've been kicked. We're kicked off of Oak in about 2 minutes. I don't know what you got, Jen. Yeah, well, we're kicked off of Oak, so we're out of time. But we're still talking to our viewers that are listening on Facebook.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you have anything. I do want to add that if you all are in the Burlington area, that's where their church home is. You could come visit. If you could give the address to your church, because you and your husband have an awesome ministry. You're not just, you have a lot.
It's Unity Worship Center.
Yes.
1106 East Webb Street in Burlington, North Carolina. It's a big, my husband, not a couple years ago, he painted the whole church gray. And it's a very beautiful sanctuary that the Lord has blessed us with. And I just want to say, do I have time to say one nugget?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, and I want the single parents to hear my heart. When you are a single parent and you have children, it's a whole nother ball game.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just sit out here and just date all willy-nilly because you're bringing your children along. And the mistakes that I made before, I was very, very careful about. I didn't want to make the same mistake, and I didn't want to be bringing men in and out of my daughter's life.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, with so many things going on, you don't want to expose your children. This is why you got to be in the house of God, in the presence of God, in the word of God, because this ain't time for no mistakes when you have children. So just make sure you're surrendering your life to Christ and getting some things in order, and you don't have time to be doing both. See, some people want to do both. Yeah, I'm saved. Yeah, girl, as you passing the joint. I'm saved as you drink. I'm saved as you just getting out of the bed with somebody else. No, it's time to get serious about your relationship with Christ and sell out to Christ.
That's awesome. That's good. And that works for
you got a child.
You have a child. Yeah. That's good. That's good information, because a lot of times we get it twisted. And I mean, I hope that even if it's some single men listening, or single parent men that are single parents, it applies to you as well, because you're that single parent.
That's
So
right.
listen, you have dropped some nuggets. Again, they are able to get your book off of Amazon,
Yes, they can.
and the name of that book was Help,
Help.
Lord Help.
Help. I am, Lord help. I am a single parent. Or they can email me, and if you email me, I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the mail.
Okay,
And
Janet put it in.
since it's for this show, I give a discount of $10. I said, well, pay for the shipping. So if you
Okay,
put out like $13 to cover the shipping, I'll put it in the mail. So if you want it, you can email me, send me your address, for Candid Conversation. You can probably read the book in 2 hours, and it
perfect.
definitely will bless you. I have prayers in there, declarations. It definitely will be a blessing to you.
And listen, it's Mother's Day coming up. Father's Day is coming up. It's a perfect
Yeah.
time to get that and gift that to someone. So thank you. And thank you for offering the free shipping to our listeners. Y'all better take advantage. I'm
Yes.
not going to take advantage. I started to go ahead and write that down. I'm going to go ahead and pay for mine all the way through, because I want to bless
No, no,
somebody.
no, like I say, we'll talk about it. Like I say,
I'm
I'm
going to
only
bless
charging
somebody.
$10. The books are usually about 15. I'm only
Yes.
charging $10. But like I
Yes.
said, at least send something also for your shipping. And
Yes.
I'll put it in the mail. I don't mind putting
Perfect.
it in the mail for
That's
you.
beautiful. We appreciate that. So the information is in the comment section. JT has put it in there, y'all. We've been live with Lady Nate. That's it, right? Lady Nate. Lady
Lady
Nate.
Lady Nate.
So much wonderful information, so many nuggets, so many jewels.
Ladies, thank you all.
I'm
Thank you
telling
all
you,
for inviting me.
we've been wanting you on here for a minute. We're gonna need you back,
We
because the
waited a
response
whole
that we're
year.
getting. Yes.
Well, you do know I am retired, so I can come back.
Praise God. And we need you back, because, like I said, you are a blessing to the people. You're just a world of knowledge. And I just love giving knowledge to our people. You know what I'm saying? I do.
We
Not
need
giving, because you have a business, so you got to pay for her coaching, y'all. But the
Yeah.
stuff that she has shared with you right here today was
That's
free.
right. Come on, take advantage of it.
Take
The table
advantage.
is spread.
That's it. That's it. First Timothy 6:6. I got that written down too.
Godliness with contentment is great gain.
That's it. Well, thank you. We're not going to belabor, because we know you're a busy person, and we appreciate you again for coming in today.
Okay.
We did, and we know you got guests. So again, listeners, thank you all for tuning in, for staying in as we went a little beyond our time tonight. But hey, it was worth it, was it not? Yes, it was. You don't even have to answer the question. I got you, JT.
Thank you all.
Thank you. No, Lady Nadine, please plan to come again. We won't bother you. Yes, please plan to come again. You all have a great night, a great week. We'll see you next week on Oak 93.5 right here on Facebook Live. Oak 93.5 Candid Conversations. I'm Lady T, JT, Nadine Stone. We're out. Y'all have a good night.
Okay, thank you all. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.